Hey everyone, XVS here. Welcome to my 3-minute guide. Today, we'll be going over Ahri, one of the best mid laners in the game right now. Alright, let's kick this off with the Masteries. So when you play Ahri, you want to have 21 points in offense and 9 points in utility. This Mastery setup will provide you with all the required AP Masteries and will give you good cooldown reduction, increased magic penetration, spell power, mana regen, and much more. The Butcher Mastery will also help you quite a bit with last hitting, and you'll acquire more gold over time by missing a lot less CS. Onto the runes. Now, there are two different rune setups for Ahri. The first one is damage oriented, and the second one is mobility oriented. I find that Ahri already has great mobility with her ultimate, so I just go with the first rune setup. Now this setup consists of 9 magic penetration marks, 9 armor seals, 9 magic resist glyphs, and 3 ability power quints. The second setup is almost the same thing, you just switch out the AP quints for movement speed quints. Now let's talk about what you should be leveling. On Ahri, I'll always max Q first, and I'll make sure that I have a point in every spell by level 3. When I hit level 2, I usually wait for something to happen before leveling a spell. When I say I wait for something to happen, I mean that I'll wait for like a jungle gank, maybe from my jungler or the enemy jungler. If a gank is coming up, I'll grab my charm. If nothing happens, I'll grab my W. This gives me protection and gives me a lot of versatility for the decision making that I want to do. If I want to all in their mid laner at level 2, but I walk up to him and their jungler ganks, I can simply level my charm and get away really easily. Alright, so there's so many ways to build Ahri, and this is the build I like the most. Now first, you want to start off with the Doran's Ring. This will give you some good HP and mana regen from killing creeps. Also, don't forget to get some health potions with that. After that, you want to rush a Deathfire Grasp, because it will help you become extremely bursty. Once you have the DFG, get your Sorcerer's Shoes to increase your mobility and magic penetration. After that, depending on how the game is going, get either a defensive or an offensive item. It's a good idea to get an offensive item like a Death Cap if you're really ahead. If not, just go for a Zhonya's. Once you've got those two items, after that, just go for a Void Staff and a Reliance Crystal Scepter. Reliance can be swapped out with any other item, such as like a Liandry's or an Abyssal Scepter, but it's really personal preference and it depends on what the enemy team is building. In the next few minutes, I'll be going over how to play Ahri. Now first off, let me start by explaining her laning phase. Ahri is a really good laner, and she always has kill potential due to her charm. She can also do some great poking with her Q. In the early game, try and get as much CS as possible. If you're going to use your Q to get creeps, make sure that you're in a position to hit the enemy with it too, as it will deal with really good poke damage. Now it can be difficult to get a kill prior to being level 6 if you don't have any jungle help, but once you hit that level, that's when you get your power spike, and she really shines in the mid game. She can usually destroy the enemy laner and be all over the map because of her mobility. Her ultimate is also really good for tower dives, so make sure you always look for opportunities in other lanes for kills. Keep in mind that Ahri is an assassin, so you're going to want to look for catches on the enemies, just like right here. Landing your charms is crucial, and it's something that you need to do. When you land a charm, make sure to use your Deathfire Grasp before anything else, as it increases the magic damage taken by the enemy by 20% for 4 seconds. In teamfights, your goal should be to deal damage while kiting and peeling for other strong champions on your team. Make sure to stay with your team and not get greedy like I did in this clip. Remember that when you're playing Ahri, your enemies are closer to you than you are to them. I say that because you can use your ultimate to get pretty close to them and charm them, and then just back out and let your team follow up. Watch closely, as in this fight I go in, charm, and run back out, and then go back in once my teammate has followed up. Using your ultimate is a really good way to engage a fight, as you can ult in, use all your spells, Zhonya's, and then ult out after your team has followed up with you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and please let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Any feedback from you guys is really appreciated, and it'll help me a lot in the future. If you want to be updated on when I post a video, please click the subscribe button, and until then, I'll see you next time.